about to make his way to the ring from Brooklyn, New York. He weighs in at 162 pounds. He is one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions. This is the Amazing Red. And pretty obvious just from watching the Amazing Red make his way down the ramp that he's still feeling the after effects of that brutal beating from earlier in the night, Don.
Oh, both of them have to be, Mike. I'll tell you what, this crowd is going to be mixed. Who do you root for, Red or Lynn?
And his opponent, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, he weighs in at 214 pounds. That is one half of the NWA World Tag Team Champions. This is Jerry Lynn. Conan, in the crazy world of NWA TNA, did you ever expect to see something like Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red teaming 1 week ago to become the NWA World Tag Team Champions? But tonight, on opposite sides of the ring, with such an important prize at stake, that a shot to be #1 contender and a championship match for the X Division title.
Yo, no doubt it's going to be a fantastic match, but, you know, I'm going with Amazing Red since he's Puerto Rican. He don't act like it, but he is.
What do you mean he doesn't act like it?
Well, look at him. Amazing Red. Yeah, does Eddie Guerrero call himself the Amazing Ed Green? No, Eddie Guerrero, La Parca, Juventud Guerrera, Conan el Bárbaro.
Yeah, and while you're running down the roster of luchadors, how about this interference that we've seen for the past few weeks by this masked mystery luchador? I know that you certainly knew something about the first time we saw that luchador run, and you admitted so much to me in an interview.
Yo, and I told you in that same interview that I didn't know who it was. Why don't you ask your hero, the unemployed fluff boy, Jerry Lynn, who it is? And let me tell you another thing. You're going to get on my nerves real early. I'll stick my foot up your ass and use you as a bobblehead doll. And I'm sure you're good at bobbling. I also heard you're real good at playing the Russian trombone at the dark.
What?
You heard me. The kid gloves are off. I'm tired of this. You and Don West must be chefs because you're always serving me bull crap.
Oh, come on now. How can you even talk about that after what you've seen gone down, after what you've seen in the ring against Jerry Lynn? You have to have respect for what Jerry Lynn has accomplished here over the course of the past couple of months, especially as it pertains to the matches involving you.
I have no respect because he told me a couple weeks ago that he was willing to wrestle any luchadors, and since then none have come. Are they on a delayed bus trip? Are they swimming across? Where are they? And you know what really pisses me off? You got all these bitches coming out here and they have matches. I'm a 13-time ex-Mexican tag team and singles champion. I can't even get a match.
Are you trying to tell me that the X Division competitors haven't taken it to another level?
Oh, man.
You can't deny that.
Well, they ripped off our stilo.
Your stilo. They've taken your stilo and they've perfected it.
Well, then how come they won't wrestle any Mexicans? The true originators.
Well, Jerry Lynn did.
Creators.
He did. He beat the likes of Super Crazy and Juventud Guerrera.
Week
You were
after
there.
week.
You saw it. You brought them in.
Hey, they were in hostile territory. They had to come here, rent hotels, rent cars. They had the language barrier. Don, you keep it up, I'll put you in that stripper cage and make you dance like the slut you are.
Oh, Conan, don't go there with me. I admire,
I will. The kid gloves are off. I'm tired of this.
Forms of great wrestling like the Lucha Libres. And you gotta love Red and Lynn. And what a match it's gonna be.
Let's try and concentrate on the task at hand, and that's this important match in the ring. Red and Jerry Lynn, the slide through by Red. Lynn prepared, ready for the counter, scooping a slam, and so is Red.
This has got to be so hard for these guys at first. Partners here for the last couple weeks, getting the tag belts. And now they've got to forget all that, Mike, and go at each other head to head to see who becomes the #1 contender to Kid Cash's belt.
We know there's mutual respect between these two, and you hear this crowd at the TNA Asylum. Certainly respect from the fans on hand here to both of these competitors, something that you're not willing to give them,
Hey,
Conan.
let me tell you something about these fans. This place, instead of being called the Asylum, should be called the Dick House, because it's full of just that.
Well, the resentment is obvious there in Conan right now, folks.
That's right, I'm tired. You got all these women coming out here and they have matches. I'll tell you what, I love the way Jeff Jarrett took care of that slut, and I'm glad the way that Kid Cash took care of Trinity. I'll tell you what, some bitch gets in my face, I will tear into her so viciously, they will be cleaning up the stench of fish for 2 weeks.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if Trinity couldn't take some of the luchadors that you brought in.
Trinity couldn't tear up a chicken at a luau.
An amazing Amazing Red looked like he was going to counter the first move from Lynn, but then Lynn catches him with the tilt-a-whirl, goes for the pin, and gets a 2 count.
Well, I'll tell you right now, folks, the crowd mixed between Jerry Lynn and Amazing Red, not knowing who to go for. 2 greats.
Conan, you've been in this situation through the years where you find yourself on the opposite side of the ring from a person that's been your tag team partner. You've been in the same shoes that Lynn and Red are in. What is that like?
Well, you know, basically you're just trying to find out if the guy has any injuries. You're trying to find out how tired he is, and you're trying to prey upon that more than anything. But right now I would have to give the edge to Jerry Lynn because he is the veteran, so he's always 1 or 2 moves ahead of Red.
Sort of a tale of 2 careers here with the already established veteran Jerry Lynn, the multi-time X Division champion, against the wrestler Amazing Red, this young kid from Brooklyn, New York, that on so many occasions, Don, we've talked about being the best wrestler never to have a championship belt, but he proved us wrong a week ago by winning the tag team gold. But you know deep down that Amazing Red wants to prove to the world that he belongs as an X Division singles champion. If he beats Jerry Lynn tonight, he gets that title shot.
And don't be fooled, folks, about the strength of Amazing Red. You saw him right there. Jerry Lynn had him in the middle of the ring, and somehow Red, with the guts and the heart, was able to get to the rope to break that hold and now take the advantage. Oh, he missed it.
Went for the 718, a move that he obviously took from Rey Mysterio, one of the people that he patterns his offense after. 718, the area code in Brooklyn, New York, the home of Amazing Red. And Jerry Lynn going to take him from the ring apron and elevate him back in with a suplex.
And another thing that people need to realize is we're not getting the best of these 2. They were already beat down viciously early on in the night between David Young and Sonny Siaki and Triple X. I mean, it's amazing they're both in this ring at all. That's the kind of competitors these 2 are.
But it looks like they're going to suck it up and compete. Red connects with the drop kick. Lynn out on the floor. Red going to fly.
Oh,
stopped on a dime and then
unbelievable.
Twists off the running Hurricane Rana off the ring apron, sending Jerry Lynn into the safety rail.
Right, Hurricane Rana invented by Huracan Ramirez in the 30s in Mexico, right?
I don't care who invented it. It's great.
Yeah, invented by Huracan Ramirez and perfected by Amazing Red. Just the argument that you and I have had for the past several months.
He's allowed to steal it. He's not these white boys who steal everything and they give no credit.
Battle continues outside the ring. Red, series of shots, but Lynn able to reverse him and sends him back first into the safety rail. Then charges in, but Red able to get the boot up.
Conan, wait a minute, here it goes again.
Snapped off another Huracan Rana.
There you go.
Conan, when are you going to forget about the race and the color and the creed and just concentrate on the talent and the ability of these
Don't
X Division
pretend it
athletes?
doesn't exist. Look around you. This is all white boys. They don't advertise in the Latin markets. They don't advertise to the brothers because they don't want this full of Latinos and brothers. They want to keep this white. This isn't like baseball, boxing, baseball, or football where talent supersedes racism. Here it's who you know, and there's no minorities in position of power. And the only reason I'm here, because I'm not even here under contract, is because they know I will slap them with a racial discrimination suit.
As far as I'm concerned, it's only about these 2 in the ring right now, battling for a chance at the X Division title.
Well, as far as white boys are concerned, it's never racial because you're not the one that's being, repressed. Oh.
Red charges into the corner. Now springs off the ropes again. Went for the spin heel kick from in tight. Still took down Lynn. Goes for the pin. So close to the ring ropes, but Jerry Lynn able to get the shoulder up at 2 and avoid the pin that would have allowed Amazing Red a shot at the X Division title belt.
Yeah, I've heard about your huge house in San Diego and the nice cars you drive, Conan. Don't tell me you've been repressed.
Yeah, I have, and in spite of that, I've still made my ducats. But you know, let me tell you something about this match. What's really hard about fighting a tag team partner is you basically know what he's capable of, what he will do before he usually does it. So that's why these 2 seem to be a little bit out of sync.
Wouldn't you agree then that to be successful in this match that you're going to have to vary your offense, not go to the well with the same moves that you've seen? That has to be the key to this bout.
Great observation, that's right.
Backslide, pin attempt, and a 2 count for Lynn.
Well, Conan, to get serious, If you were
serious.
If you were Amazing Red,
I am serious.
I know. If you were Amazing Red, what would be your tactic on taking someone with the experience and the size differential that Jerry Lynn has over Amazing Red?
I would just destroy him with quickness. Just a cluster of quick moves and try to catch him, you know, off guard.
Jerry Lynn in trouble on the ropes as Amazing Red continues his offensive. Going to try and shoot him off across diagonally, but it's reversed. Lynn sends Red into the corner. Red ready, elevates him to the apron. Oh, well, there you go. That's exactly what we're talking about.
Knowing the other's moves.
Exactly, because Red is in the corner. He knows what Lynn's going to do. Just the minute he grabbed that rope, he knew what Lynn was going for, and Lynn should have known that.
Think about it. For the last 2 weeks, they've been working on these moves together.
Exactly.
Oh!
Goes for the baseball slide. Lynn catches him in mid-move.
Oh! Right into the rail.
Man.
He turned the cazadora into the rail.
You can see how wary Jerry Lynn looks at this point, and Don, can you blame him after the beating earlier tonight that both of these men took? Then to be able to come back here in this great #1 contenders match.
And you got to think about it. Lynn and Red put aside their matchup tonight. They came out earlier to help out on the side of tradition. And all of a sudden, the next thing you know, they got beat down by Miyagi and Young.
Quit kissing their ass. Anybody that's out here can face anybody at any given time. What do you mean put aside their differences?
Lynn sends Red back first, directly into the ring. Now rolls him back in. Slow to cover, but goes for the pin. Count it, two. No.
Like I said before, Red ain't going to overpower him. He ain't going to outthink him. The only thing he can basically do is do what he does best. You know, be quicker than him and try to nail him with a barrage of aerial moves and just try to catch him off guard.
And on the other hand, Jerry Lynn needs to use the experience edge that he has in this match, as well as we've talked about several times, varying his offense.
Exactly. Fake a move that he thinks Red knows and do something else instead.
Float over by Red, attempting to roll up out of the corner, but Lynn hooks the ropes.
Oh, here we go.
Leg strength.
Nice.
Takes him down for
One,
for two.
Oh, Lynn finds out. You know, it was almost like watching Red try to do one of Jerry's moves and then Jerry tried to reverse it back.
Mirror images
That's
is
right.
what we're seeing.
It's picked up pace here. Again, it started a little rough because these guys were hurt from the earlier
But it's almost,
situation.
it's almost as if they've blocked out that pain from earlier because they realize what's at stake in this match, and that's a shot at the X Division champion. Who will be the #1 contender?
Let me ask you a question. Who do you think's going to win the match, Mike?
I'm just going to enjoy this match and see it. I would have to go with Jerry Lynn just based on experience in big matches. Sit out powerbomb. Two. No. Red able to escape.
How about you, funny boy?
Hey, I'll tell you what, Red is hungry. He has made such a comeback here in the last few weeks. I wouldn't be surprised to see Red Tag Team Champion and become X Division Champion down the road.
And how about you? Offer a prediction since you're asking us.
Red. I got to go with the Latino.
Well, I know you're cheering for him.
He's going to win.
Well, I like Red because he's a great athlete, not because he's Latino.
Fireman's carry.
There it is.
Whip for the
One,
TKO
two.
reverse. There it is, another example of what we've been talking about this entire match. Jerry Lynn likes to use that TKO type move out of the fireman's carry. It was countered by Red.
Oh, look at this.
I think he might have sneaked a quick kick to the groin.
I think he was going to go for one of the cradle pile drivers that Jerry Lynn has made so famous.
But Lynn obviously would know how to counter it, and he did.
Legs hook, shoulders are down. No, another two count, and Jerry Lynn cannot believe
I thought he had knocked him out.
I have to agree with what Conan said earlier. I think Red needs to start flying as much as he can.
I think Jerry grounded him, Don. Yes. I think he already grounded him.
Are you surprised that Jerry Lynn has been able to ground him, or do we just chalk that up to the experience edge?
Definitely. He knew it. He knew it coming in. He had to ground him, and that's exactly what he's done. Unless Red can pull something out of the bag, but he looks like he's done. He's got no more gas.
Here it goes. He motions to the crowd. He can finish him.
Oh, Red counters it. Beautiful kick.
Spin kick out of nowhere by Red connects.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Jerry Lynn has had that X Division title twice. He knows what it means, and he wants to get it back. He wants to be the first person. Well, actually, he was to own 2 titles at one time.
Red goes, oh my, Red went
right into the ref.
Cut off by Lynn, and the referee is down. Red charges to the corner. Oh, shoulder first, right into the steel post.
If I was Red, I would have kicked him in the groin and pinned him.
It's hard to think of everything when you're out there.
Isn't that great strategy to come up with at this point in time when we've seen these two very gutsy, courageous individuals? Wait a minute! What is this?
The truth!
Ron Killing!
What is he doing? You haven't seen him in 2 weeks!
That's nice. Good. Here's another guy that hasn't been.
this?
Here's another guy that hasn't been used right.
What is
He's
this
bringing
about?
the streets to the ring. You know what? I'm glad you did that, Truth.
We need to talk now. We need to talk now?
All right,
He
that's
just
cool.
said we need to talk.
Talk about what? He said we need to talk now, and Conan agrees.
And they go on together as Red goes up to the top.
You know, Red was outside on the floor. He never saw that.
Oh, the infrared!
Infrared
One, two, and Red got it!
The winner of the match and the #1 contender for the X Division Championship of the World, the amazing Red. Absolutely amazing contest, but keep in mind that it was Ron the Truth Killing who laid Jerry Lynn out. Red never saw it. That allowed Amazing Red to score the pin, to score the win, and Amazing Red is the #1 contender to the X Division Champ Kid Tag.
Oh, man, Jerry Lynn, it's not fair. Don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of both of these great athletes. Red doesn't know it, but it's not fair that Lynn was taken out of that by the Truth. And what was the Truth meaning when he came to Conan?
We need to talk.
That's what he said.
We need to talk is what he told Conan. And
Misery loves company sometimes, Mike.
Conan left the broadcast position and joined him, and there's the mutual respect that we were talking about earlier.